Hello, hello. Welcome back to our lovely literature class. I'm sure you all are ready for today's class. Well, let's start. Remember, we did the themes and style of Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. So today we're going to be looking at the character analysis of the major characters in Wuthering Heights, the important characters, the characters that were crucial to the writing of this book. So we're going to be looking at the major characters. Behavioral objectives. At the end of the lesson, the learner should be able to identify the major characters in a novel and analyze their contributions to the novel. Now, let's look at the major characters. The first one is Heathcliff. Heathcliff. He's a gypsy boy with dark eyes and dark hair. He's a gypsy boy. He marries Isabella and has a son with Linton. Linton. Before he married Isabella, he was adopted by the Earnshaw. He was adopted by the Earnshaws and he became one of their children. He became their son. So while the Earnshaw traveled, he came back with Heathcliff. Heathcliff initially did not have a name, so it was during his christening that they gave him the name Heathcliff. And so he had always loved Katherine, who happened to be his supposed stepsister. He had always liked her, he adored her. But as situations had it, he ended up marrying Isabella and he had a son, Linton. He was the villain in the novel as well as the hero. He was the villain because he was the one that caused all the sadness and all the pain and suffering in the novel, as well as the hero because he came back and righted so many wrongs. He came back and corrected so many misunderstandings and so many mistakes. He develops an unconsuming love for Katherine Earnshaw. So you see, it was unconsuming. It was from deep within. But the fact that they couldn't be together was what just spoiled everything. The fact that he was a gypsy. He wasn't a normal Londoner like all of them. He was a gypsy. So it made it difficult for him to actually settle down with the one person he really, really cared about. He loves and hates passionately. When he loves passionately, as seen in his love for Katherine. And he hates passionately. The hatred he had for the Earnshaws and the Lintons was shown, it was described vividly with the way he was, his expressions and everything. Everything he did was just out of extreme hatred. That is the character of Heathcliff. The next important or major character is Katherine. Katherine Earnshaw. She's the heroine of the novel. She's the female heroine. She's the person. Aside Heathcliff, the story revolves around her as well. She's egotistic, passionate, and ambitious. She's egotistic. She always feels like she can't do certain things. She can say certain things. She can be around certain people. She's also passionate. So when she loves passionately. And when she's doing something, she puts her mind, her heart, and her soul to it. And she's ambitious too. She's ambitious. She was really intrigued when she was hanging around with the Lintons. So it was really intriguing for her and exciting. She prefers to be the dominant in every situation. She doesn't want someone to always be ahead of her. She doesn't want someone to always see her as second best. She wants to be dominant. She wants to be the main person in every situation. She's obstinate, self-willed, and not easily subdued. So you see that despite everything that happened to her, she had a will of her own. She had a will. She married Edgar. Because she felt she felt some form of liking for him. If she did not, she wouldn't have ended up with Edgar. Nothing on earth would have made Katherine marry Edgar Linton. But she felt she had something. She felt something for him. She's not easily subdued. She cannot be forced or coerced into doing something she doesn't want to do. Despite the fact that her father ruled with a tight fist, Heathcliff made Wuthering Heights very difficult for them and very toxic, she still maintained her ground. She still stood her ground, and she was a strong woman up until her death. Another important character in this book is Edgar Linton. Edgar Linton is the husband of Katherine and the brother to Isabel, Heathcliff's wife. He appears insipid and even unattractive as compared to Heathcliff. He's just plain and unattractive. He's just there. That's how the character of Edgar is portrayed. A plain and unattractive man. He stands for the social and domestic side of man. He's just all about having a family, staying back, working on the farm, taking care of them, ensuring that they are okay. He's just there. He's affectionate, attentive, and forgiving to his wife, Katherine. Very affectionate. He has always liked Katherine, so he loved her unconditionally. He was always affectionate to her. He was always attentive when she was talking, when she has problems, he was there to listen. He was also forgiving because there were instances where Katherine would always be seen around Heathcliff after he returned for his revenge mission. She was always around him. She was always wanting to be with him. Edgar understood, and Edgar was always forgiving. He was also a devoted father. To young Katherine. Friendly yet thoughtful for her present and her future. So whenever she was trying to make a mistake, he always made sure that he would pull her through and bring her back towards the right path. So I can say that Edgar Linton is a wonderful character. He was just a victim of circumstance. He was just placed in the middle of a tussle between two lovebirds who could not be together. Yes, so that's the character of Edgar Linton. So we have seen the three most important characters in Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. We have the first one, Heathcliff. The second one, Katherine Earnshaw. Now Katherine Linton. And Edgar Linton. These are the three major characters in Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. Now it's time for our evaluation. How is Nellie Dean at the center of the novel? Examine young Katherine as a symbol of reconciliation. Remember Nellie Dean, the maid, and then young Katherine, the daughter of Edgar Linton and Katherine Earnshaw. So, we've come to the end of our beautiful class on the analysis of the major characters in Emily Bronte's Wuthering Heights. So, this is me, your teacher, saying bye for now, and I'll see you in our next class where we'll be analyzing the minor characters. Goodbye and have a lovely day.